So yeah, I'm gonna take it from under the cover. We're actually gonna go take it to get some new tires, and yeah, I'm gonna get into that. I'll show you guys the tires I have, the tires I'm getting, all that. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into this video. All right guys, so I'm currently running the Bridgestone Tarancias. I think they're the EL400 02s. Yeah, I've had these on two separate cars, and they're pretty bald because did a couple donuts, had them on two cars. It's just time for some new tires, and it's raining out here as you can see, so it's just time for some new tires, man. And then we're gonna be doing the brakes this weekend too, so that should be some more good content for you guys. They did my pads but not my rotors, so we're gonna knock that out. Alright guys, so this is actually the next day. We got the new tires on the car. I actually kept two of the old ones to show you guys what I was running before, and also show you what the car originally came with. So I didn't see any videos about tire recommendations for the F30 on YouTube, only wheels. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into my top three choices I would rock with for this car in particular, and go ahead and recommend you guys some tires, because when you look up the year, make, and model, bunch of tires pop up, and which ones do you go with a tuned BMW? All right guys, so the tires I actually went with for my F30 were the Yokohama Admin Sport all-season tires. And these are actually going to be extra low tires, so they're going to be a little thicker, but they are the same tire width or size, I believe. And yeah, these are going to be all-season tires. They're going to last you all year round, and that's kind of why I went with them. Originally I wanted the Michelin Pilot 4s all season, but they're back stocked in my area for some reason, so this was the next best option. And honestly, these have better ratings than the Michelins, and as you can see, the wheel gap is not that bad. I don't have springs, I don't have coils, and it makes the tire being that extra thick kind of just closes that back gap on the F30 in my opinion. 18s, so these tire size is going to be 225 45 by 18, and then these are going to be extra low tires. So I don't, just if you have the same car, you're looking for tires, that's the size. But be careful if you have an M Sport, because you could be running staggered tires and your back tires are actually bigger than your front tires. And just make sure to look up your car, and if you do have the M Sport package, make sure to check your wheel size, because they vary. And then it could also vary if you went with 19s as an option instead of the 18s. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna get into this. As you can see, I have my old tires here. I have my original set on my original OEM wheels right here next to them. So these are gonna be the Pirelli P7 Sorrentios. I don't know how to say that, but these are Pirellis, and basically all, if not all, most BMWs brand new out of the factory come with 18s, and they come with run flats. And me personally, I don't like run flats. I just don't feel like they handle the best. And these immediately came off my car because I don't like stock rims and I don't like run flats. But not to say these are really expensive. They're OEM tires, so they're originally equipped for this car. And I don't know if you can, let me find it. These actually have a star on them. If you look closely, there's a star right here. There's a star right here on these. So these are original equipment. These are BMW specifically made for the car. So honestly, these are probably gonna run good, if not better than most aftermarket or other brand tires that didn't come with the car, because these are specifically made for the 330i model that year. And the snowy weathers, you get a Continental or you get a Bridgestone tire, but it just depends on where you're located out in the United States. Okay, so let's talk about these Bridgestones. Okay, so these Bridgestones, these are gonna run you about $265. They are all-weather, all-season tires. And I ran these on both my 320 and my 330i with my black rims. Okay, let's talk about these. They are completely rated trash. They are not worth the price. And when I was first getting into BMWs, I didn't know nothing about tires. So when I ordered my rims, they threw on whatever they had. Don't ever do that. They don't perform nearly as well as the OEM ones. The traction with these after 20,000 miles isn't good. You're not going to be turning as tight as you were when you first bought them. That's not to say that isn't the point with every tire, but in my experience, these are not worth the $265 price tag, and those are not worth the 200 and whatever they are price tag either. So I'm gonna get into 3 options that I feel are affordable, and they're still gonna give you that great performance with your tuned BMW or even your regular BMW. Just these 2 tires right here, in my opinion, are not the ones to go with. First of all, let's talk tire size, rim size. 18 inches is obviously looks the best on all F30s in my opinion. And you'll get a lot of F30 owners, they'll run 18-inch rims. That looks the best. That gives you the best wheel gap. Unless you do have springs or coilovers. I mean, but if you don't want to do any of that, you just run 18s with a thicker set of tires. And honestly, it gives you a really nice wheel gap. Okay, so my first choice is going to be the Michelin Pilot for 4Ss, and these are going to be the all-season ones. These are going to last you all year. These are overall, I see most F30 owners, they run Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. They just give you that good performance all year, all season. They're really grippy. They give you nice, tight turning, all the above, as long as you're not, doing donuts or anything. But yeah, that's going to be my first choice. I'm going to throw up a screenshot right here with the price of those, and then I'm going to get into the 3 other options. Okay, so my second option would have to be the tires that I actually went with. These are rated 4 all around the board out of 5 on most website scales. These are going to be the Yokohama Admin Sport all-season tires. These are going to be ultra performance all-season tires, and these are going to give you the best performance summer, winter, fall, all 4 seasons basically. And that's really why all-season performance tires are the best if you live in areas where the weather is always changing. And I live in Northern California. The weather's really bipolar, so most of the year it'll be hot and then sunny, hot and sunny. That's why we can't really run 2 sets of tires unless you have money like that, but a lot of people don't. So they recommend all season ultra performance tires if you're running modified BMWs or Mercedes or any modified car in general. Most of the time they're running all season. Okay, so my third option is going to be the Potenza RE980. This is going to be a Bridgestone all-season tire. It performs just as good as the Yokohamas and the Michelins, in my opinion. I haven't personally tried these on my car now, but I've seen people run them on other F30s, and all these ultra performance all-season tires are going to run you around 185 to 195. They're going to give you about the same performance. But for some reason, those Michelin Pilot Sports are all, I'd say overall, just better than the rest. But the Yokohamas I'm running, a lot of people run those too because they are just as good. And that's what a lot of people look for when they look for tires. And yeah, I'm going to throw a picture of the Bridgestones here. I'm going to try to put links to all these tires down below. And yeah, I'm going to give you guys a bonus option for those of you that have the extra money and are willing to run a all season for 3 seasons and then run a summer tire. Because if you're looking to run a summer tire, I recommend these are going to be the Michelin's Pilot Sport 4S's. These are going to be the regular ones, not the all season ones. These are going to be the regular ones. These are just summer tires. And the difference between the all season and the summer is you can run these summer tires all summer perfectly fine. They're going to be your best performance tire you could find. But when it gets to start raining or it gets really cold in those colder areas, your tire's going to start breaking up after a while. It's going to start you're going to start driving on it in the wet. The compounds are so soft compared to the all season ones that they're actually going to deteriorate while you're driving, and that's just not safe. And honestly, in my opinion, they don't last as long. They last about 19,000 miles. Whereas all these tires I had mentioned before last around 45, I'd say 45,000 miles, if that. It depends how you drive, honestly, but for the most part, that's what all those tires are rated out of. Not gonna see a difference if you do try out 3 of those different tires, but I'd say a lot of people just go based off of brand, in my opinion. So yeah, those are my top 3 choices. The Yokohama's Advent Sport all-season tires, the Bridgestone 980 RE all-season tires, and the first choice I chose was the Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, and those are going to be the all-season as well. And just don't stress about tires. Honestly, it took me 2 weeks to look for good tires, and it's really not that serious. Just make sure to check the rating scale. Make sure they're quiet. They're gonna give you better handling. They're gonna last a while. And yeah, just do your research. I mean, I gave you 3 of my top choices, and 3 of the top choices I see a lot of people with the same car run. And these are gonna do perfectly fine all season, and they're gonna last you about 2 to 3 years. So you shouldn't have a problem running any of these 3 options, unless you do want to go for a summer and a all season, or even a summer and a winter tire. That's just completely up to what you're willing to spend on tires. I try to stay in the 180 range. You could go a little bit more with your tire price. You could go a little bit less. It's totally up to you as a buyer and what you can afford to run on your car. But this is a good middle range, 3 tires, and they won't really break the bank, in my opinion. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Run up these videos.